Okay, so we came over last week. Like I was saying, we came over last week. I had to flip the camera around. I couldn't see through the screen. We sledgehammered off this porch. Is this like a DeWalt store here? Oh my gosh.
Pretty much is. So,
this thing was failing. The steps and walk, there were 3 steps in here. And it was just a mess. But it was pouring down rain and nobody wanted to talk on camera. So we just did demo. A friend of mine came over and did a nice job repairing this brick. Now we're going to wrap it and get ready. So just a real quick prep here and we'll be ready to pour this tomorrow. Okay, adding a couple braces. Going to replace this decking tomorrow. I took a measurement. I'll cut that at the shop and bring it out. So here's our first step. I know it doesn't look that nice now. Let me tell you how we did it and why we did it. Underneath our step, we ran, like I was saying, we ran a continuous piece from our top step all the way to the driveway to get our arc. Same on this side, all the way. Now we're not using this board. Now it drops down under our step and we just follow that same arc all the way to the corner. That way when you look up it, bottom step and top step line up. Bottom step and top step. Same over here. So this is centered. 2 inches out is our cut. So we went from our cut to point, put our step right in the center. Now we'll have a cut here and a cut here. Probably nothing up on this small porch. No cuts. Jim's just getting the rebar grid together. Now we can move this away. New decking and rebar right back in place. When we show up here tomorrow, mixer will probably be here waiting for us. So we want to be all ready to go. Steve did 4 holes. We'll slide rebar in there. That way this will not sink until those rebar rust away, which will be hopefully a long time.
Did I guess right, Tom?
Getting the bend. Yeah, looks pretty good. Okay. Another way we do this without bracing, I talk about this quite often, a tap con or a screw into the block to a nail. Everything's twisted tight. Now you can see that flexing as I pull. That'll keep us nice and straight. We'll look at it now and we'll look at it tomorrow. One other thing, I did not want to come here and pour this and leave and then have to come back, but we needed an 1.5 inch cantilever on this. So what I did was I notched my 2x4 all out. So top of concrete is about here. Now we have room to work. We can get a float in there and clean all this up. Here's top of concrete right in the mortar joint. Right across. You can see we don't have enough room to broom, but we can get a float in there and clean that up. Take this off. We can broom it and we'll be able to get our lip board off tomorrow so we don't need to come back and do that. Okay, that's a wrap for today. See you tomorrow. Sorry about the camera lens. Oh my gosh. Okay, here we go. Moved over to our second job. We got this ready yesterday. There's a downspout coming in that corner. So I just want to cut a nice tight fit right there. See how it fits. I don't know if I took enough meat off behind it. Nice, good fit. All right, let's get rid of all this old stuff. Okay, if we just pour on top of this brick and concrete goes in this hole, whenever it dries, it'll want to shrink and you'll see a crack right in the mortar joint at the bottom of that brick. So we use either shingles or in this case pellet tape, and that way concrete won't bond to that brick, and when it dries it can just shrink ever so slightly and leave the brick in place. Take a look at your porch, tell me if you see that crack. First mortar joint down. And Tom also pointed out we don't want slurry running down in these mortar joints and making the front of that brick look bad too. So 2 perks to doing this. And I like this better than a shingle because it doesn't move during the pour. Enough? I think I'm close. Works better without gloves on. It really sticks to the gloves. I might need another row here on that. Okay. And lastly, grid's all tied up, rebar's in place, tapes in place, floats, tools, everything on deck. Power buggy coming up right here, try not to kill her flowers, and shovel, shovel, shovel. That's a brand new mixer right there. I heard that is about $280,000 right now for a brand new mixer. I'll talk to the driver and see if that's true. All-wheel drive front loader. Okay, we'll be pouring shortly. Went good, a lot of shoveling, pulled it over, scraped, splashed the door a little bit. I'll hit that as soon as it dries. I'll dust it off of there with a rag, good as new. Okay, let me show you from down here. We're just on cleanup. We got a barrel of water off the mixer, scraped this clean and gave it a quick spray. That's all we got. So this is from up the driveway. See, we have a 7¼ inch high step to nothing, trying to level that walk out. So it's a little bit of a tripper, maybe, but you get used to it. Here we have a nice even transition to a step. What are you gonna do when the driveway's on a 45-degree angle? One step, landing, step, pad. Okay, let's get this cleaned up. One more thing to do today. Okay, sorry about that. I got tied up on the phone. Put a cut at the base of the step. Base of the step. Now this can flex a little and we'll get a hairline crack right in there. Hopefully that's where it'll fracture. All right, going good. Just wiping that little splashage off of the house. Starting to close up around the perimeter. Slow and flat. You want a damp? Okay, yeah, we're in direct sun here. Let me find a float and help out. So open these up. And re-roll here. Now that's all ready to broom. Yeah. Okay. Fill it up? Yep, good. Shower donor up there? Re-roll. Okay. Small project for 5 guys, but we got something planned after this. Okay, so the Steve brooms, so we'll just give that a 1/4 turn each time. Trying to keep those broom marks going with the walk. That looks nice. And he'll drop down. Probably gonna have to pull this off, Jim, for him to broom off of there. That's all. I'd pull that and then broom it, Steve. Up here, we just got done brooming the porch. And they're gonna start pulling faces. Trying to not trample the flowers. Tap con in the driveway, you can pull them, it should come right off.
You need a screw gun.
Okay, I can show you that in a second.
Where else is it screwed, Jim? I got to screw 2 screws here. As soon as that's done, I'll take it. Thank you.
Little side to side action, and that'll come right off of there. Hopefully it doesn't stick.
Matt, just go back and forth. Matt, does it work? Yeah, we're pretty close.
Great, and beat if you want.
All right. So we have that wire tie. Now we'll snip that, tuck it inside. Okay. Go ahead. Now I stacked that joint the whole way up so that it lined up with our base joint. Okay. Now that concrete's not on top of the driveway. Okay. You're just cleaning up underneath the porch. Taking care of that corner. I'm going to jump on taking that board off. You done with that screw gun, Jim?
I got. I'll keep 2 more screws here.
Okay.
Probably more.
Matt, you're going to need the tap con. I'll leave this here. You want to get it or you want me to get it?
Okay.
Give it there, man. I'm not going to edge this in the weeds here.
Hammer, Tommy?
You got it?
Oh, you got one right there.
Okay.
One tap on, then a battery.
What do you need, a battery?
No, I just didn't get that tap gun screw out the whole way. I can do the whole thing without it, but it looks different.
This? Did you get under it with, yeah.
Okay, so I have to rip this bush out. That's what we want it to look like, nice and clean underneath there. Okay, they pulled that front board out. Remember how I notched that? Now they gave them room to work. All that come out nice and easy. This is the last of the mess. Well, almost the last of the mess. So I wanted to make sure I get you a good shot. 7 1/4 up to nothing. Now we're a nice semi-level pad here, going up 2 more steps, 3 more steps to the porch. There it is. All wiped clean. Never even know we splashed it up. Okay. Oh boy, fluff up the flowers a little bit. And this one's a wrap.
Could have been quicker.
Could have been quicker. I'll give you a chance on the next job. Closing out this fun little project. Number 2 for today. Thanks for joining us at TSH Concrete. Conquer with the hosses. How's that for a closing?
There you go.
See you on the next one. Don't be late.